How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to a video by the YouTuber called Abando, and this video is titled Why the Internet Loves BruceDropEmOff Again. Let's get to it.
So Bruce has finally returned to streaming a few days ago, and as we all expected, he had a very successful first few streams back, but seeing him return has only made me realize how wrong he proved the entire internet.
Honestly, I don't know much about BruceDropEmOff. I just know this dude used to say some wild stuff back in the day, but it did seem a little bit like empty without him being on the clips and on the streams and not having a social presence, which I do think probably did well for his mental health, just going offline and just living his life. But let's see why the internet loves him once again.
Once called him crazy for some of the things he was saying. You see, even though some of the things Bruce was saying months ago may have come off very negatively, it turns out that since his long departure from social media, a lot of things he once predicted or claimed have now come to light, which has made not only the internet, but a few people who he also had problems with switch up as well.
Sometimes you're right, just not right now, man.
What happened with Bruce anyway, Chad? Did he just disappear? Chat, I feel like he might have been too real for the industry, low-key. Chat, now that I look back at it, chat, yes, chat, he might have been too real. People weren't ready to hear the truth.
But how exactly did these people switch up? Why did they switch up? How has Bruce's return been thus far? Well, that's probably what you're here to figure out. But first, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Trap House with the biggest trapper. And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into why the internet loves BruceDropEmOff again. Okay, so to start, by now, most of you should know who BruceDropEmOff is. He was at one point and arguably still is one of the biggest streamers in the world. He originally built his career off of trolling within the 2K community, but as time progressed, he also progressed as a streamer as well. He was always improving his content and coming up with great ideas over the years, and he went from being the annoying kid trolling on 2K to becoming one of the most respected streamers in the industry. Throughout the years, he's always prioritized one thing in his career, and it wasn't money or clothes. Instead, he focused on building a strong core audience, which became known as his community, DEO. You see, over time, DEO became a very strong part of Bruce's success. His chat became...
There's nothing stronger than curating a solid core fan base. You see, the thing with fans is just that they're fair weather fans. Well, that's what they're called. Well, they're fickle. Fans are really fickle. So if you have a core group of people that support you no matter what, through thick and thin, no matter what, good or bad, you've done something. Just word to the wise.
More than just the average chat, they actually ended up becoming a strong part of his content. Whether it was him going through Reddit posts or simply doing text-to-speech confessions, it's without a doubt that DEO has for sure helped Bruce get to where he's at today. In fact, they seem to be the only people on the internet that Bruce could lean on throughout his entire departure away from social media. You see, at one point, Bruce was loved by many people within the streaming community, and he's often regarded as the bridge that brought two completely different sides of Twitch together. Like before him, there weren't many streamers at all that you would see doing a collab with a streamer like Misgift, while also being able to do a collab with a streamer like Duke Dennis. In better terms, he was the person that helped bring together what was once known as the Poggers and the WNL community. And these two communities colliding would basically become the normal on today's Twitch.
Wait, so what do you do for a living?
I'm a referee. Nah, it's a men's basketball league. I'm from South Carolina, so like I'm a referee at a men's basketball league.
Yo, Misgift talking to Duke Dennis is like, this is one of the things I will never ever think would happen. Like, this is literally the weirdest conversation I have ever listened to in my life.
So with Bruce being such a popular and loved streamer, building a core audience and unifying an entire platform, how exactly did all of this love that he once had all over the internet turn into nothing but hate? Well, it really all began back in spring of 2023, around the time Bruce hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. On the night he was meant to celebrate accomplishing this milestone, he ended up in a Discord call with two of his closest friends at the time, Your Rage and Casanat.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was, oh yeah, with DDG. Okay, name 5 DDG songs. That was the essence of that was the start, the genesis of the hate train? Oh, this is interesting.
These two would eventually end up inviting DDG to the call in hopes of squashing a very minor beef that Bruce and DDG had at the time, but this whole thing ended up going terribly and will only further the ongoing problems that the two of them had.
But I can respect to where you want to have a real life conversation.
Conversation
Wait, pause,
before,
I just
right?
had 30K subs, ZDG still at 700. Yo, chat, thank you for the
30K, chat.
Thank you for the 30K.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. I have a question.
Beyond this streaming shit, I'ma see this nigga, bro. See what he doing, bro. Like,
Hold on. Bruce, I got a question for you, Bruce. I have a question for you. Come back to your chair. This nigga's so stupid.
After all of this took place, it started seeming like Bruce could not keep his name out of drama at all. And this would only further after he switched over to the Kick streaming platform. You see, when this whole platform war was going on, it seemed like the streamers who were on the different platforms started beefing as well, because this is where some of the tensions began arising with streamers like Bruce and Casanat. Shortly after switching over to Kick, everything would begin going downhill for Bruce after some damaging DMs would get leaked.
I remember this
and a bunch of popular streamers such as Aiden Ross, Asho Speed, even his closest friends Casanat and Rage.
Yeah,
those messages getting leaked really hurt everything that Bruce had going on. After this, he started receiving a lot of hate online. People began calling him things like a snake, and it really just started to pile up, which ultimately led to Bruce becoming less consistent and his viewership steadily dropping. Now, I personally don't believe that the viewership decrease had anything to do with him being in drama or the messages getting leaked, things like that. I think it had everything to do with him just streaming on Kick, because once he returned back to Twitch a little while later, his viewership will once again skyrocket. But unfortunately, even with his viewership going back up, the hatred that he was receiving on the internet practically stayed the same. At the time, every opinion Bruce had was basically looked at as hating, whether he was talking about streamers viewbotting. Everyone looked at this like he was just hating or he was jealous because he fell off and other people were doing good. It was just always looked at very negatively. But now, months later, everyone on the internet is starting to realize that viewbotting within the streaming industry is actually a very real problem.
So stop view botting. Everybody in the streaming industry, stop view botting, bro. Like I'm talking to y'all as streamers. Y'all know who I'm talking to too, bro. Stop trying to make yourselves seem bigger than what y'all is, bro. Just work for that shit, gang.
But you see, that wasn't the only thing that Bruce was getting hate for, because he had also ended up in a beef with the entire FaZe clan after people started coming into his chat spamming Lacey Live, which was originally just meant to be a troll, but he ended up completely crashing out and snapping on FaZe in general.
Nigga, you think I give a f if Lacey is live? Nigga, f that fat white ass nigga. You think I give a f? Nigga, f FaZe.
Again, like I said, this dude used to say some wild stuff. He did not have no filter. It's interesting. I don't know how y'all find all of this interesting, man. Look, I'm older. I get it. It's not for me. I guess watching streamers is not for me, but I mean, just watching people crash out every day, I don't know.
This ended up sparking a reply from the former FaZe CEO Banks, which led to the two of them getting into like a back and forth on social media that lasted for a few days.
What?
Yo, just know I'm smacking the shit.
What? Okay. Oh.
And fucking your bitch.
For real?
But I'm gonna take one. Watch. I'm gonna make an example out of you. We both know that I'm fucking your girl first thing tonight, tomorrow.
But you see, during the night that exchange took place, Bruce had mentioned that FaZe has something on the way involving crypto, which you guys know crypto and content creators has always been like a weird, sketchy thing.
Hey, bro. And just wait until y'all see that crypto shit that they up to, twin. They got something cooking, twin. That's why all these trying to, hey, bro, I ain't gonna say too much. I'ma just laugh for right now, bro, because y'all don't get it. So I'ma just laugh, bro. But just remember what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. Alright? That's all I'ma do. Is laugh.
And sure enough, months later, FaZe Banks, the person who he was having this exchange with, would go viral all over social media for being involved in an alleged
I mean, honestly, anybody who is trying to promote crypto to you, you just know, like, it just most of the time never ends well. So I don't know if this was like some Einstein play, a genius type deal, you know, pointing that out, because I mean, like, that is par for the course. So that's pretty obvious that somebody promoting crypto to you, instant red flag. Don't buy it. Don't even entertain the idea. Let that person be delusional by themselves and warn everybody, your family and friends, not to partake in a crypto promotion scam, because that's what it is. Most likely a scam. Allegedly.
Crypto scam was some type of like pump and dump scheme that he tried to pin on Aiden Ross, and this all led to him stepping down as the FaZe CEO due to the hate he was receiving online. So while all of this was unfolding in the eyes of the internet, Bruce was completely offline. He wasn't streaming at all, he wasn't posting videos, there was no content being posted at all from BruceDropEmOff. The most that the internet would see is a random fit pic maybe once every 2 or 3 months. But even with him being on this extended hiatus, it will only help fans realize that maybe Bruce wasn't some crazy addict who was hating on everything.
That's the thing. You make him miss you. When you out of sight, out of mind works in a good and bad way. In this content space, it works in a good and bad way because on one hand, out of sight, out of mind means the algorithm forgets about you. But remember what I said at the beginning of this video, and I didn't even think I would have to draw back from what I just said at the beginning of this video. If you have curated a core fan base, you have done something right. But just because you already have that fan base, it can obviously gain some influence and traction to other fan bases. But here's why. This is the other hand of why out of sight, out of mind is a good thing, because you've made them miss you. Your return is going to be deeply anticipated, not only by your core fans, but also by other people that might have not liked you, because you are part of the cultural zeitgeist. You are part of the streaming culture. So you're going to be anticipated and you're not going to be forgotten. And since your absence, everything you have said has come to pass. So you not being there to even gloat in your success and in you being right just adds more aura points to you, that when you do come back, nobody can tell you nothing. And that title of being a hater completely gets washed away. Well played, young man, well played.
Instead, maybe, just maybe, he actually had a point all along. And when people came to this realization, that's when Bruce really started to win the internet back over.
Facts.
Even streamers like XQC would admit that he personally thought that Bruce was a bit too real for the streaming world.
What happened with Bruce anyway, Chad? Did he just disappear? Chat, I feel like he might have been too real for the industry, low-key. Chat, now that I look back at the chat, yeah, chat, he might have been too real. People weren't ready to hear the truth a little bit.
So basically, in my eyes, this is really like a prime example of not knowing what you have until it's gone, and that it in this situation was gone for basically a year. There was always growing optimism that he was going to return at some point. In fact, the entire DEO got pump faked a few times. I think the pump fake that fooled everyone was the most recent message that he had put into his offline chat, where he claimed that he was going to see us within a week. And throughout that entire week, fans were up in his offline chat just waiting for him to spark a stream, and that stream never ended up happening. But he ended up making it all up to his community and the rest of the internet on September the 11th. He had put out a tweet from his burner around 1 p.m. saying that he was happy to let us know that the hashtag say was coming later today. And for those of you that don't know, every time before Bruce goes live, he always tweets out say from his main account. It's kind of tradition at this point. So when fans saw this, they ended up getting their hopes up, and this time he didn't disappoint. Bruce had finally went live for the first time in ages, and the energy was a lot different than it was around the time he left. He was being showered with love, peaking at over 50,000 viewers and gaining over 10,000 subs, all within his very first return stream. And during the stream, of course, he would try his best to keep the energy very positive, even telling fans how much he's grown as a person over his 9-month departure.
Your boy got saved, man. Your boy got saved, all right?
Oh, word? Okay. I love that. If you guys don't know what that means, he got saved means he got called to Christ. He has accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. Shout out to my brother in Christ, man. Shout out to BruceDropEmOff. Hey, I'm happy about that. Like anytime a person comes to Christ, I am genuinely happy about that. So, and now he's a streamer, and that could influence more positive change, and he can probably sow seeds to his audience. Oh, there he goes right there. Okay. Right there. He did get saved. Okay. I didn't even see that. But yeah, he got baptized. Okay. Shout out to BruceDropEmOff, man.
It's probably one of the greatest moments in my life.
Thanks.
Ain't even lie. Right. I was very, very, very proud of myself for like taking this step. All right. Now, my testament is crazy, bro. I just wanted all, like, I just hated the fact that I had such a negative heart at one point in time, you know? When my favorite thing to do was to make people smile. That wasn't me, bro, at all. Like, at all. Like, it's just, bro, you realize a lot about yourself when you put yourself in solitude.
Now, with this return, as I said, everything was basically completely different. Like, even the people he was beefing with when he left started showing a lot of love, starting with DDG. Now, DDG was probably Bruce's biggest beef thus far in his career, which is why it was kind of weird seeing DDG show this love, because even over the course of the 9 months Bruce was gone, DDG was constantly kicking Bruce while he was down. I mean, I could literally probably make an entire video of the trolling DDG was doing, like, the entire time. Like, they even got into a minor back and forth while he was off the internet. I don't even know how that's possible. But at the end of the day, when he returned, DDG did end up showing him some love by gifting him some subscribers.
DDG, thank you for the 20 get the subs.
Which is a technique that he did tell his students about in Streamers University, and he also used this method with Soluminati.
Yeah, I seen DDG going, bro, listen, no bad blood towards DDG, none of that. I see, bro, one thing y'all gotta understand about this DDG. He's a master at content, bro.
And so far, it seems like this method has been working for DDG, because it did squash the beef with him and So, and now it seems like it's working with Bruce as well.
Man. That's
because
good.
When he gifted those subs, Bruce didn't say anything negative about him. He hasn't trolled him yet. It's basically been all, which led to DDG going live the next day to officially squash the beef with Bruce on his end.
Nah, y'all, if y'all think I'm still holding a grudge about some shit from a year ago, but y'all gotta understand, like, and I'm sure he could say the same thing. Bro, niggas got real lives, real motion going on. Like, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. And one thing I will say about him though, that I respect, when me and him was doing our little going back and forth online, he ain't never brought up no family. He ain't never brought up the girl I was with at the time. He ain't never brought up, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never brought up nothing that was like over the line, and I ain't either. You feel me? So it really, it's never been that deep whatsoever. It was roasting me about fucking sub counts. Like, who gives a fuck? At the end of the day.
Now, to my knowledge, Bruce hasn't replied to anything DDG said during that stream at all. Obviously, he thanked him for the gifted subs, but other than that, he hasn't really said much about DDG. But the love for Bruce wouldn't stop at DDG, because even Lacey, a person who literally caused the entire beef with FaZe, even he would end up giving Bruce his flowers in the recent stream as well.
Bruce is one of the only people who could sit at a desk for 10 hours and keep an entire chat engaged without having to go IRL. That's not suck, that's literally just speaking facts.
Okay. I think I have seen what I need to see. Hey, I didn't really have much to say. On this video. I was just genuinely intrigued. I will put the original video down in the description if you want to go check it out. Yeah, hey, shout out to Bruce, man. Shout out to you seeking the kingdom and seeking Jesus Christ and acknowledging him as your Lord and Savior. I welcome you with open arms, and we all welcome you with open arms. Yeah, hey, that's good, man. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. God bless.